Hey, all my brothers, all my sisters, all my kings and queens. You might not be seeing me properly. Let me see if I can do this because I got the sun in my face. Yeah, I think that's the best. But anyways, it's your boy Mduduzi. Today is Monday, the 16th of March 2026, baby. And I'm coming back to y'all with another video. As y'all can see by the title, there's always two conversations when talking to women. The time, by the way, is almost 5:30 p.m. You feel me? Anyways, let's get right into it. I really felt like I should talk about this because today I came across some wisdom by the brother Bitches Ain't Shh. You know what I'm saying? That's his YouTube name. I think in Bitches and Shh, both the I's have X's, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's how his name is spelled. But basically, he was talking about this specific video I was watching was talking about the ick as well as power dynamics, right? And a lot of the things he mentioned were just talking about how it's surface level. Women, when they do all these things that they do, and you know all the games women play, if you're a brother, they don't do it consciously. It's not like let me stop talking to him for a week, see what he does. It's just she feels like she needs to do it. How he was putting it, right? And I'm thankful for the wisdom, but I've also encountered my own experience with this. And this is one of the topics I haven't talked about yet, but it is something I wanted to talk about for a long time because these repeated patterns I would see, and I eventually got used to it, but it took time and it's still a learning curve, right? Because I still go through it. Let me take y'all back to Friday, right? So Friday night, which was last week, I go out to house church, right? So basically, house church is me and a few members of my church meet up at someone's house. We share food, we share how the week was. Basically, fellowship, right? So, this specific day, not everyone showed up, but it was me surrounded by, there's three ladies, right? Yeah, it was me and three ladies. They're all older. Two of them married. One of them, her husband passed away. This is TMI, but just to give you the setting. So we're in one of this lady's house, or one of the church members' ladies' house, right? Yeah, beautiful home. But yeah, so it's me and them. Kind of off, but I accepted the situation for what it was, right? So the whole time I'm there, I've already conditioned myself that Mduduzi, and forgive me for not looking at the camera, I'm sort of gathering my thoughts. But I was like, you know what, okay, I'm gonna have to relate to women as if they're women, right? Because that's one thing I've seen. It's like, as a guy, it's easy to be logical, it's easy to be factual, but that's not how women are, and that's the transition you have to make to keep things comfortable. It was already an uncomfortable, position, situation, so I don't want to make it more uncomfortable, which I can if I just decide to be me, if I can put it like that, right? So I had already conditioned myself to speak as a woman does, which is not a lot of advice giving, but relaying emotions, basically asking questions. Just I feel like in my own experience, it's more fluff. You know what I'm saying? It's not. As guys, how I talk is You know what I'm saying? I want solutions to my problems. I want to talk factual. I want progression. It's not like how women talk generally. But I want to speak about this specific situation. So, one of the things, which is, I won't even lie, I was thinking before making this video, it's probably one of the things that's going to make me leave this house church. But there's a tradition where the men wash the dishes, you know. So it's been happening ever since I joined. I feel like it's quite weird. I feel like, I won't even lie, yes, I'm a believer, but I feel like they're trying to, you know, put us in a weaker position by having that tradition, if I can put it like that. Honestly, like, I just feel like I don't want to wash dishes. You know, I won't be so misogynistic to say it's the woman's job, but like, I just feel like it's deliberately making us weak. Like, anyways, to move on from that, we eating, you know, they're mostly talking about children. All these ladies have children, right? So, and the lady whose house we're at, she has children, and obviously the children are still young, so it's a constant eye on the children. What are they doing? If something happens, are the children fine? So we're eating, and I'm finished, and then one of the ladies says to me, are you gonna need help? Then I'm confused because, right? And it's all love. I'm confused because my plate is finished. So I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Then the other lady, because there was 3 of them, says, oh, do you want us to help you with the dishes? I'm like, oh, the dishes. I forgot about the dishes. So then I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, since it's me alone. But then I quickly saw, like, in the way she reacted, she didn't. I understood, right? Like, in her body. And you know, it's funny, they say, I don't know what is the percentage, right? But it's significantly higher. It's about, if I'm not wrong, 70 something that we communicate with body language. So in her body language, she seemed uncomfortable by me being like, yeah. Then my mind registered, oh, there's 2 conversations. She was asking me, but she didn't want me to say yes, right? So funny enough, as soon as I picked it up, I was like, you know what? Actually, these dishes, there's not a lot of them. Don't worry, I'll handle it. They're like, oh, you handle it. Okay, thank you. And there was like a relief. And you know, it just came. You know, I've known this for now like the longest, but it just reaffirms, like, there's always this double conversation with women, like, and I found it to be true with every type of woman you interact with, whether it's my mom, my sister, a church lady, a church girl my age, right? Someone you're trying to date, just a friend, a woman friend, colleagues at work, you know, just every like woman you interact with, there's always just this double conversation, and you have to be aware of it, because firstly, I believe this is how many brothers miss the signs, right? Women are always throwing, what can I say? They shoot their shot indirectly. So today what happened was, I'm not doing it right now, but there's another lady. She's quite older, right? I'd say maybe in her 40s, but she's good looking, right? For her age. Because you know, when you're old, it's an age thing. But yeah, she's good looking, she's black. And she said, I like your jacket. And I was like, thank you, right? It's just that thinking about it now, I could have been like, you know what? I can't speak for the jacket, but the jacket likes you back. But it wasn't just the jacket compliment, right? If you don't know, if you're not up on game, you're just going to be like, ah, she likes my jacket. Which it could be, but knowing women, it was her way of saying, I find you attractive. Because, also with me, I believe I'm attractive, right? And there's this certain look women give me that I register that, okay, they find me attractive. And this is, this could be misinterpreted by me, but because I feel like I'm attractive, even just the slightest confirmation or affirmment, right, in body language, I'm like, okay, yeah, now she's feeling me. And I can't say that lady was feeling me, but like her with that compliment, as well as just it's not a look of lust or anything, but it's just like this approval look, if I can put it in my own words. I could tell, not that she's feeling me, like, but it's like, okay, maybe he's cute for his age, right? So yeah, it's like, if you don't know that there's a double conversation, you miss out on all the signs, like almost 95% of the signs, because women are not direct, right? So it's like, you have to always understand that there's a double conversation in anything, right? And I feel like this is just how you're able to do better with women. There's also another situation, if I think about it, right? Hello. Well, I'm greeting a neighbor, but there's a situation where this girl was asking me if I like another girl, right? Her colleague. And because I'm up on game, I was like, but I don't know her yet. To which makes no sense, because if you're a guy, you know that, okay, if she's beautiful, she's pretty, I like her. That's like with guys, it's like, yes, you can still get to maybe know her personally and be like, okay, maybe she's not the one for me, she's rude or whatever. But like, if she's good looking, it's like, yep, I'm interested, I like her. But for me, because I'm up on game, I was able to say, you know what, I don't really know her. And that was enough for her, because in women terms, that's how they view attraction, right? It's like, yes, the guy is hot, but I don't know him to like him. So it's like, yeah, you have to be up on game, right? I want to talk about a few other situations. It's like, it brings sadness to my heart, because in this specific situation, I always help, right? This is for my sister. I always help my sister from a place of love, from a place of, I want to please God. And she said something, right? And I felt like I should have spoke out against it, but it was also her birthday. But she was like to me, because I usually drop them off every time they come visit, she said something on the lines of, oh, you see, because my other sister is taking them, you off the hook today. And for me, like, she was conditioning me to get used to taking her. And obviously now it's resentment, because I'm like, I already know, like, that women use you, right? Whether it's mom, I just know the reality of women, that they extract value, they use, right? It's like, it's not often an equal exchange. And obviously for me it's not, but I do it out of love. But for her to, push it that far, it's like, I felt like she's biting the hand that feeds her, right? So, and this is obviously, it was not direct, but I'm up on game. So it's like, it's things like this, like these, that can either hurt you, right, for knowing them, or you can get an opportunity with a certain woman. Another situation that I want to talk about, there's this girl. I'll just put it like this, right? I've talked about her a lot on this channel. And with her, right, we started out as friends, but we eventually fell out, because what I failed to notice is, even though, yes, we were friends, quote unquote, the way, like, me, in 2020 hindsight, when I look at the whole, how the I won't say relationship, but how the friendship played out, right? I understand now with what I know that she was giving me a chance. It's that I didn't see. It's like specifically with these two girls that I've tried to be friends with. Yeah, maybe the first one I can argue that she, I believe she was giving me a chance, right? But I can argue it because her signs were not so visible as this second girl when I look back. But yeah, like this second girl, I'm not mad at her, right? She eventually pulled away. She stopped talking to me, right? Basically because I showed a whole lot of weakness. I blame myself, right? But when I look at the whole friendship, it's like she was clearly giving me as many signs for me to make a move. It's just that I didn't see it. For like that for me now, I can never be, I won't say never, but it's gonna be hard for me to be friends with a girl because I know that it's basically useless. That's how I really feel, right? Being friends with a girl. Unless she's really providing value, like she's inviting you out to certain events, unless she's hooking you up with her friends. That's one weird thing women friends don't do. They don't hook you up with their friends, right? Which is weird because it's like, I'm single, you're not into me, your friends are single, you feel me? But yeah, it's also like, now that I know about this double conversation, it's hard for me to be friends with a girl because I look at all my past interactions and all of them gave me signals. It's just that I chose to ignore it. I'll put it like that. I chose to, because it's like, because as a man, you know, I aspire to be respected. I aspire to be very honest. So it's a thing of when women communicate in funny ways, I just keep it above the surface, right? So for example, if I were to give you a good example, it's like I was telling this other friend who I'm no more friends with, right? But friend one, I was telling friend one that, you know, this friend number two, they're both girls. I took friend number two out and, you know, she was acting kind of shy. But yeah, I just found it weird because we're friends, right? Then friend number one is, are you sure she doesn't like you? I'm like, nah, she can't like me. You see, so I always kept it. I was like, there's no possibility. But looking back, I understand. Because even friend number one used to give me signals all the time. And not that I didn't want to catch them. It's like, I never thought it is what it is. Funny enough, right? Since we're talking about this topic, there's a tweet I saw. This specific guy said this girl slept over at my place, and in the middle of the night she had told me that she's cold, she needs a blanket. Oh, she's cold, right? I just think she said she's cold. And him not seeing the through ball, he went and got her a blanket. And if I'm not wrong, she seemed a little bit off, but she went to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Then she went on her way. Then he tweeted also, under that tweet is like, I only realized weeks later. So you see, it's that thing. It's like women are never, you only catch it if you well versed, if you up on game. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that thing of women saying also, I'm coming to your house, but we're not having sex, we're not doing anything. But the whole time she expects you to make a move. But you, and you know, this is a good situation where you also don't make a move because if you do push and it's like now it's uncomfortable, it can be a thing of she gets you arrested falsely, right? When you didn't even do much, if I can put it like that. But it's like, you believe, if you're not up on game, you'll be like, okay, she's coming over, we're not gonna do anything, and not try touch her. Whereas she wanted to get it on, but you didn't see the through ball. So it's like, you know, it is so critical, like understanding that there's always two conversations with women all the time, and it's something you have to learn, right? Because this is how women communicate. And even just the slightest signal can show that, you know what, this woman is into you. One of the ones I got quite a lot is, you know, because I have a lot of clothes, is women saying, yo, please give me your jacket. And I've went as far as giving certain women jackets. But looking back, they didn't want the jacket. They were like creating an opportunity to talk. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, I don't believe in, obviously you always regret bad decisions, right? And missed opportunities, but I don't believe in dwelling on them. So this is something you have to learn, to be like, okay, you reflect on all the missed opportunities, and it's, the only way is to learn and go about them looking for opportunities, right? But yeah, like there's so many hidden signs in the double message, where in the double conversation, where if you don't pick it up, that's you not seeing the game. And I think this is how women are able to differentiate between guys who don't get it and guys who do. Because like I was saying, that certain lady, if she was like, or since she did say, I like your jacket, if I were to say, I can't speak for the jacket, but I think it likes you too, I'm already creating this, you know, this indirect banter, you know what I'm saying? To where I can be like, can the jacket take you out sometime? And she'll end up giving me her number. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just have to see the opportunity and take it, right? There's so many, and you know, I won't even lie. There's a pink whip that's just passing. First rap I've seen pink. But anyway, it's like, there's so many, I won't even lie. Like, for me, one of the bad things I do is I entertain these double conversations, right? Especially when it comes to married women. I won't say especially, but like, even with married women, that's how I'm able to tell that, man, I feel like most married women are going, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I won't say most, but a lot of married women are going, because they always come with these double conversations where if you pick it up, it's like, it's like, are you throwing me a hint? You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to be careful, because these can really lead somewhere. And you know, with women, if you're up on game, you know, it always has to be fun. I won't say always, but rather than it being a serious conversation, let it be fun. Let it be playful. And it's funny how basically talking fluff gets you so much improvement. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you didn't know, you'd think that, you know what, you have to be logical. You'd have to come up with like real world value, like the conversation is serious, but normally it really isn't, right? And that's the beautiful thing about it, because if you catch it, you catch it. And one of the things I think which is most beneficial about this double conversation is, as a guy, once you start applying it, you're able to talk in such a way that, yes, there's a lot you're insinuating, even if she picks it up, right? Which she probably will because she's a woman. She communicates the same. But you're able to also have plausible deniability. It's like, you know what I'm saying? If anything, you can just be like, no, I was saying this and it's 100% valid. You feel what I'm saying? I'm thinking of an example to give y'all, but yeah, it's like it's the game and you just have to learn the rules. It's like I didn't make the rules. The game is the game. And you know what's funny? One of the things that I've realized about the game is when, as a man, right, you believe a certain thing about women, you believe that they are a certain way, then you get hit with this reality of how women are really ruthless. If you don't know, women are sharks, as FitX said, right? So then you go, if you're a knowledge seeker, right, like me, I went through this whole period of red pill and red pill rage because you finally see that women, man, it feels like they ain't you know what I'm saying? It's like they play these games, all these things they do, how they manipulate, how they always keep their options open. They want to control the power dynamic, right, between you guys. But then you get to a phase, I said all that to say, you get to this phase where you understand the game, right? And then, because I don't believe in crying about situations you can't change as a man, right? So I believe in accepting reality for what it is, then playing the hands you can and the hands you were dealt. So what I mean by that is, okay, you understand that, okay, women are this way. I have to go about things this way if I don't want to be disqualified. Because, you know, being a good guy, right? You find that you keep getting the same reaction and response from women. Women keep leaving you. Women, they stop texting you. They playing with you. And it doesn't make you feel good because all your intentions were from a good place, right? So you eventually learn the game and you start playing. But now you're considered a player because you know the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny because now when you ghost her, like she ghosts you, or you ghost certain women, you don't play their games. Now, oh, he's a player. Now when you have multiple women, like women keep multiple options, oh, he's a player. It is what it is. But yeah, just always know that there's always two conversations going on when speaking to a woman. You know, I want to give you guys examples as much as I can think of. One that's coming to mind is one of the brothers, right? We'll call him T. But T, basically, it's a short story, but T, his sister has a dog, right? His little sister, and he had taken the dog to get groomed. You feel me? And he was telling us that it was a lady, right, who was working there. So he pulls up with the dog or whatever. Then she's like to him, does the dog have a phone number? But because he was up on game, he already knew what was going on. And he's like, he ended up giving her his number. He never pursued it, right? Because I don't think he really found her attractive. But I remember him telling me that. I was like, how the hell did you pick that up? It's like, Why? Like, when he first said it, I was like, why the hell would she ask if the dog has a number? Like, what do you mean? Like, a number specifically for the dog? Or, but you know what I'm saying? This is what women do. To think of myself, you know, a lot of examples are not coming to mind, but women, there's always this double conversation, and yeah, just be aware, because it's funny how once you miss the opportunity, it's like the regret that comes from it. It's so crazy, because it's like you didn't have the skills to grasp that sign, right? That sign was out of reach, but like once you do understand, you're like, oh my god. What another example? It's of myself. I remember I was still in high school, right? So this specific day, it's a day where we're not actually learning in class. It's like one of those days, forgive me, it's one of those days that it's close to the end of the term. So a lot of people are not coming to school because we're not really doing much work. So there's a few people who are still coming. I was one of them, right? And there was this other girl, I'll call her T. Now T was hot. Like, if I had picked up on the sign and I was probably gonna sleep with T. Like, I really found her that attractive. But yeah, like with T, I remember we were talking, because I think it was like 4 of us. And because the teacher wasn't there, they made us sit in this other space. But like, it was like a monitored area, but not really type of thing. So it was like 4 of us. In that group, there was maybe like, if I could say, 9 learners. But us 4 formed like a group. We chilled together, we were talking. And I was saying to her, you know, I've always been not always, but I've been a talker, you know what I'm saying? Especially back then when I wasn't saved. Now it's kind of hard talking, because I feel it's not right, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things I used to talk about was sexual, were dissing people. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to still do the same thing now without offending people, right? Because it was offensive. But anyways, I was going on and on about, yeah, you know me, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, sleeping, man, I'll take you down, you know what I'm saying? I'm experienced, you know. And this time, you know, I was a straight virgin, right? So it was like, I remember her reaction. She was kind of intrigued, like, nah, you lying to me, nigga. Then she eventually put her, like, if I was sitting like this, then she went and put her leg on mine, right? Then she's like, I don't know what she said. I wish I could tell you, but like, it was something like, you know, you lying type of thing. It's just that was obviously like, she was putting it in my face that make her move. It's just that I didn't do anything because I was inexperienced. But like, these are how these double conversations go about. Let me tell you another example. I don't want to expose the girl because we were still young, you know, and things change. But there's another girl. Her name also started with a T, right? I remember it was after school. We're still in high school, right? So then after school, I used to not go home immediately, would roam around, and there's people who stay after school. It's like a culture, right? So they were sitting at a table, her and a couple other people, right? And it was me and I'm not sure who, but I think it was 3 of us or 2 of us that joined the table, right? So there was limited amount of space to sit. So I sat next to T, but like if she's here, I sat here, like I'm this finger. I sat here when I could have like sat next to her. So I sat like a little bit spaced from her, even though there wasn't as much space, but just to respect her, right? That's the first time I knew about her, first time ever interacting with her. So she was a stranger to me, you know what I'm saying? So I sat a little bit spaced, we're talking, then she's like to me, why are you sitting so far? And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, I knew it. I was like, she eventually later, she came to like me. This girl even cried, like, which was so surprising, because what had happened is, I don't know, I think I said, I didn't reject her to her face, right? But like I said something like, I think she was a smoker, right? Which I didn't mind, because, she's, back then I was still in the world, I'll put it like that. Now I don't want a girl who smokes, and she, like, the way she sprayed perfume plus the smoking, there was just the smell of, like, she's not dirty, but like, it's acceptable, right? It's not that bad. Like, I didn't see it as like this bad thing. But yeah, I kind of said something on the lines of, I'm not looking for a girl, or I don't know, to someone else. Then I found out she was crying over me, which was so surprising. I was like, I didn't even reject you like that. But like, this, it just goes to show you, unless you know the game, right? You don't see how much these double conversations weigh. It's also like, I've told the story before, but this one, like, a girl will say, I don't want to tell this certain story because it wasn't much of a double conversation. It was more of like a reaction that she gave, which confused the hell out of me. But like, it's often where girls will be like, what type of girl are you looking for? And if you name, or if you talk about characteristics or traits that she doesn't have, you'll see that she gets upset. Then if you're not up on game, you'll be so confused, because you're asking me to describe the girl I like, not realizing that the only reason she's asking is because she's into you, right? It's like, it's so simple, but not. But like, yeah, it's like, you have to be up on game. It's like, you have to be. It goes as far as, even, you know what I'm saying? Even a woman just going out her way to talk to you, she likes you. You know what I'm saying? She's interested. It's just so simple, right? It's you have to be so aware. You have to be aware of, this is one of the things that it created a bad relationship with me and my mom. We're still not on good terms, but it's like, I refuse to speak in that language with her, because I feel like once I start showing her that I understand, it gets even trickier, because now that she does always speak in code, if I'm not purposefully decoding the code, it's like I'm disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if she's like, instead of saying, yeah, like, for example, she'll be like, can you please go buy bread for us at the shop, right? Then when I'm like, okay, give me the money to buy bread, then she lists a whole item of things. So what she meant was, please go shop for us. It wasn't an in and out. So for me, if I start accepting that and letting that be my norm, if she's like, please go buy bread, and I don't have much time, and then I'm like, okay, give me the money for bread, I want to be in and out. Then she's like, no, but I want you to buy a whole lot of stuff. Now it's going to be a thing of, but I thought you understood that bread doesn't mean bread. Whereas I don't want to accept that her saying bread is enough. I want it to be like, please go buy us a couple of things, right? So I always be like, no, you don't want me to just buy bread. You want a whole lot of things. I know it's not sounding as clear as I'm trying to portray it, but if you understand what I'm saying, it's like I always call out these double conversations, especially like with, also like I used to do it with women that I didn't like, but now I've just learned to also speak in double language, right? So it's like I'll call girls chomi, but I understand that we're not really chomies. She's calling me chomi because she's comfortable with me and she also likes me. But for me, it's like, okay, I understand that, but I'll keep saying chomi, and if she has to push the boundary, I'm like, oh, I really thought we were chomies. And because I'm a guy, right, I still have the privilege of being able to deny understanding the double language. Because women know that only certain guys pick it up. So I can play along. Then if I ever feel like I'm in a weird, uncomfortable position, I call it out, or I act like it doesn't get through to me, right? Also, with another situation that happened that I'm remembering, and I think I'll end it on this one. I've also talked about this one before, right? But I was at work and this couple came in, and wait, I want to tell two stories, but this first story, yeah, this couple came in and the lady, right? Let me look at y'all for a second. But the lady, she was like, did I call you to confirm the appointment? And I was like, no, you spoke to Doc directly, right? Who is the boss? Then she's like, where do I find your number then? Like, yeah, she's like, she said something like, where do, or if I call the practice, do I call your number? Or, but she was insinuating the double conversation was, how can I get your number? And with me, I could pick it up, right? But like, not only am I at work, and it's uncomfortable flirting at work, right? It really is. It's like, even though I can, it's like, I'd rather not. The second conversation is, she's going with her man, and one of the things, for me, it's a mindset, right? It might not be entirely true, but like, because, like, even now, you feel me? I'm double earringed up. There's all this jewelry I rock. I'm always dripped out, I can put it like that. So I sense a lot of hate from guys, right? And what I understand is oftentimes brothers want to fight with me, so they have that upper hand, like I can beat you up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even though I believe I can get violent, I can kill if I have to, right? When it comes to, it's either you or me dying, it's like I can get to that point where it's like, okay, it's not me dying, I'm gonna kill you, right? Which is a mindset I shouldn't have because I'm a believer. But it's like, I think that's what brothers want. They want to, and you'll see this, right? Maybe only certain guys can relate, but like, brothers, they try start mini fights for you to blow the fight out of proportion so they can have that chance to possibly beat you up, to have that thing over you, like, yeah, beat him up, right? So with me, when she had said that, or that double conversation she was putting across, forgive me, for me it was like, y'all are both older than me. It was like, not a quite old couple, but maybe like late 20s, early 30s. I'm like, this guy, he's here right in front of us. So if I were to reply understanding that I picked it up, right? I picked up the signal. It's a thing of like, oh, this guy, he's purposefully taking my girl in front of me, right? That's one thing. He can blow the situation out of hand. It just put me in such a tricky space, because it's like, even if I wanted you, it's like I don't have much wiggle room, right? So I had to be like, it had to be awkward. I was just basically like, nah, you my number's not on here. You always just speak to Doc direct. And after that, we didn't talk much. But yeah, it's like, some situations you have to learn how to navigate them. Before I talk about situation number 2, another thing I've seen in double conversations, it's simple things. It's like, what church do you go to? You know what I'm saying? This comes from older women a lot. Or just like, how I know a girl is somewhat interested, she'll be like, so what are you doing? Like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? So she's looking at my financial capability, or what job did you say you do actually? And I feel like the best response to that is like, oh, I think someone likes me. And when you put it like that, obviously she's gonna deny it. Like, no, I don't. To where you're able to wiggle out of the whole conversation. I've also thought of ways to just be like, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't wanna talk about my personal life. If you don't wanna, entertain that, because they can kind of use that to put themselves in power, right? Because even if you're doing good for yourself, it's like, yeah, I've got a Lambo. It's like, which Lambo? Oh, okay. Oh, the old one. It's like they always, even if you're doing good, they can always find a way to downplay you, right? And I feel like you should always have the upper hand. Another situation, it wasn't as serious, right? But like, there was a couple came by the practice, and before they had left, but I feel like it was more on the part of the guy, and I understand that me being or striving for excellence and being exceptional can make other brothers uncomfortable, right? I've heard and I have the knowledge that brothers hate on you as a good-looking guy, as a guy who girls like, because it threatens their potential to it threatens their potential for them to be with a certain woman. So it's like, you being good looking, in shape, handsome, you basically like a threat to them reproducing. So it often just comes with hate, right? They just hate you for no reason. But yeah, it's like this certain lady, I don't know what she asked me. Then she proceeded to say, oh, are those your eyes? You have nice eyes, right? And then the husband was like, oh, okay, hold up there. Or we're gonna stop it right there. And even it wasn't as serious, but like, you know what I'm saying? It was obviously a double conversation, a low key, like, I'm interested. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I didn't even pick it up, but like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell. It's like, I saw it as innocent, but like, maybe her husband, if he's up on game, could be like, no, this guy, or my wife is pushing the boundary. And I've seen, personally, it's like, sometimes wives will push the boundary with me, right? And their husbands are around. I don't know, maybe just to test them, because women are testers. But it puts you in an uncomfortable position, because her wrath or his wrath can be retaliated at you, right? When you're just chilling, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had this one girl follow me, and she's popping. I later found out that she had a husband, and even though she's so nice, for me it's a thing of, I just can't, because not only do I know what the Bible says about it, I understand that I went through her page and what this guy has done for her, like the amount of money, because she's also really beautiful, right? The amount of money he spent on her, the car she has, the life she has, it's just like he's gonna want to kill me. It's like as simple as that. It's like even though I'm broke, but I can pick up on the double conversation, find a way in there, probably sleep with her. You know, if I put my mind to it, if I'm able to pull off that level of seduction, it's just gonna kill me because it's like, it only makes sense, like in my own perspective. It's like, why not? It's like, you know, even though it's not the right thing to say, marriage is it's sort of a thing like, that's my wife. I own her, right? So it's like, that's why there's so much emotion and anger and jealousy that comes with your wife cheating, because you've sacrificed so much for her. It's like, you're probably gonna point it towards the guy than you do to her, or just kill us both. You know, that's the common story. Like, both the cheaters just often die. But yeah, it's like, just know that there's a double conversation with women. You know, also with me, one of the things I've started to see is I can also initiate double conversation, but for me, I don't like speaking in double conversation, right? I understand it is what it is, but it's like, I could plant ideas, but it's really not my style, and this would just be me being sinful in a way, because there's so many double ideas you can plant. I mean, there's so many devious ideas you can plant in being twofold with your communication, right? So it's like, you know, the quote unquote even being direct can have a double meaning, right? To kind of end it on like this, it's like I was thinking of saying to this girl, I miss her, right? Which is not true. And you can tell that by my actions. But because I said it, and because I can still deny it on some, oh, no, I missed you. It's like, does he really? You know, it kind of puts her on her toes, right? And even if she picks it up and she's like, let me try something, gives me space, my actions say I don't miss her, but my words do. And this is what gets women this incongruency, because it's like, he says he loves me, but he's cheating. That type of thing, you feel me? So it's like, there's so many double conversations, whether it's direct or indirect. But yeah, just to end it, you have to be up on game, you know. Unfortunately, I had to learn this game the hard way. A lot of brothers will learn this game the hard way. But I feel like it's forever ongoing. It's like one of those things you have to remind yourself, okay, that there's always a double conversation. No matter who it is, family member, mom, when you're just talking to a woman, right? And you have the choice whether to play on it or not, but understand that it's there. But also at the same time, you know, some powerful game I would end it with is, you also have to learn the art of, I think it's part of the art of playing dumb, right? So once you, yes, as much as you can acknowledge this double conversation and feed into it and get fruitful results, a big thing is also not to call it out, right? Like, put it out there. So what I mean by that, there's another girl I was talking to. This was on Hinge. I've talked about this too, but like, the message I sent her was, finally, or if I bring you home, my mom's finally gonna be proud. Then she said to me, not you raising me up with your mom. And I was like something like, this is not accurate, but I was on some, seriously, it's like my mom's gonna, you're gonna make her days, you're gonna make her the happiest mom in the world. So you can see this double conversation I'm playing, and I eventually got her number. It never went as planned because I wasn't really willing to invest, right? But like, if I were to say something on the lines of, nah, I'm just joking, do you really think my mom, or like just break out the double conversation, that's when it gets tricky because it's hard to go back, right? So yeah, just be up on game. Be up on game. It's your boy. Peace.